I paid Alex Hormozy $6,000 so I could give away 200 of these books. And the link is in the description if you want your copy. Remember, you do have to pay him shipping. I don't get any of that money, but they charge for shipping. And one of the things that you get in addition to that, if you pay the 6,000, is you get this group of playbooks that he uses internally. There are about 16 or 17 of them. I've gone through half of them so far since I received them this week. And one of them, there are a few of them about making money directly, and one of them is the $100 million playbook Fast Cash. So these are the fastest ways to rip cash out of a business. He has three or four of these types that are about money, and they're all really good. I read them all. And I wanted to take you through some of this so you don't have to spend the 6K. I can just tell you what is in this and pull out some of the best stuff. Let me know in the comments, by the way, if you like this type of content, if this is helpful to you, let me know right now in the comments because I'll keep doing it if it is. So I'm just going to take you through briefly because I want this to be fast. I want you to understand this quickly. He starts off by telling this story of how he lost a ton of money a few years ago and it caught him off guard with his membership, his his company that was making millions of dollars. All of a sudden, people were pulling money out because of a couple of things. One of it was that they couldn't afford it anymore on a monthly basis because it was like, I don't know, 3 to 5 thousand a month, and their ads were like doubled. The ad costs were doubled for what they were doing, so they just didn't have the money. So once he found that out, he asked his team. He said, "So if they had the money, do you think they'd stick around?" And the team said, "Yeah, most of these guys, and they're mostly guys." He said, "Most of these guys are would want to stay, but they just can't afford it." So he said, "Okay, just give me a couple of hours. I'll come up with something, a way for them to make money fast, keep them in, and let's keep as many as we can." So he comes back with some of this stuff here that is in this little playbook here. It's like, I don't know, 30 pages long, and the story is a part of that. So I'm going to just share some of it with you. And first of all, he wants you to know that fast cash plays are limited time offers advertised to your warmest audience, the people that you already have in your audience. So that includes your current customers, your previous customers, and your all of your engaged leads. So the people have given you explicit permission to contact them about the stuff that you sell. So they've purchased from you before, or they've said, "Yes, sign me up to this thing." So this is different than nurturing new leads about your main offer that you have 24/7. It's also different from a long-term value add like content emails that you use to keep your list warm. This is like boom, urgent today, just like his story. So they're specifically designed to make you money in the shortest period of time from the people most likely to buy. So I'm just summarizing. There's more to it in this. This cost $6,000 to have access to, so I'm gonna share it with you. One of the things he shares is that 1 out of 9 Americans is a millionaire, which is true and crazy. He also mentions that 5 to 10% of your audience at any given time is going to be willing to pay 5 to 10 times what your core offer or what they're used to paying is. Danielle Priestley says the same thing. He says 1% will do like 15x, 9% will do like a 5 to 10x. So if you think about that, I think about this all the time. I think about I'm in these memberships, I have several memberships, and if I think about one of my memberships has 1,900 people in it, and it costs $50 for a year or $9 for a month. So imagine if you have a membership that costs $9 a month or $50 a year, and you have 100 people in it. 10 of those people, 5 to 10 of those people would pay 5 to 10x. So let's just say five of those 100 would pay 10x. So they pay $500. That's $2,500 fast cash for you. That's what's waiting on the table in that scenario. So this is not guaranteed. This is not anything. I'm just showing you my experience, Alex's experience, and those that I've worked with, is that There is some percentage, we don't know the exact amount until we try, but there is some percentage of people who are already your customers, are already part of something that you do, who would want to spend more. And I said the word want very specifically because sometimes people want to spend more. They put a value on something that is more expensive. So let's break it down right now. If you're ready to go, write the words "I'm ready" in the comments if you want to know exactly how to do this. Okay, so, all right. So the first one he talks about is he already talked about who to advertise to, and he's saying what to sell them. So with fast cash offers, you want to think scarcity, urgency, exclusivity, and premium price. Think of the most valuable things you can do that are unscalable. They do not grow or scale easily. So things like, and you're going to choose from these or combine a couple of them. Attention. So one-on-one attention from you or senior people in your company. So a many MANY on one attention. This is where a team of people, not just you, but a team gets together and supports one person. I do both of these. And I can charge a lot for both of these. Another one would be, and this could be again on its own or combined, personalization. So it's customized versions of something that you do normally. A third is convenience. Maybe you offer 24-hour support with this specific offer, or extended hours, or exclusive times. The fourth is status. Maybe it's special parking, or perks, or badges, or public recognition. The fifth is duration. Longer duration than standard solutions. Think a 6 months to a year situation that you're selling now rather than maybe the 3-month thing that you already do. And then there's speed. You get first in line, or you get priority, or you get fast response times of 10 minutes or less. Another thing is an experience. Do you want a white glove? Can you offer a white glove experience or give personal phone access? Think about all the stuff that I do in my inner circle. I do a lot of this. Like, I think I do all of it. I think I do every single thing he's listed so far in inner circle. It costs normally $25,000, but it costs $5,000 a year right now. And there's a 100-person cap, and there are 95 people in it because I do all this stuff, right? But this is, hey, how can I take that? That's my long-term thing anyway. What if someone who has a 5K, what if I said, what is a $50,000 offer I can make really fast? And then I like took it up a notch, or 10. This is what you're saying. If you have something that you sell for $100, what's something that's worth 1,000 or even more that you could sell for 1,000? Or if you sell $1,000 thing, what's something that costs 10,000 or 5,000? That's what we're talking about right now. So it's access, network, connections, secrets, exclusive bonuses, access to vendors that you vetted, secret menu, black book, that kind of thing. Like literally this. This $6,000 offer that Alex gave to us, that I took, and along with like 14,000 other people, is because we get those 200 books that we can give out, which I love, but it's also because we get this pack of playbooks that they use internally. Secrets. Okay. You also want to cap the number of people who can actually buy it. That's what also makes it a fast cash move. Not everybody can get it. It's not open forever, and it's also not open to everyone constantly, right? And it says, how do you sell that? Well, for most businesses, high price points deserve a one-on-one consultation. So you might want to get on a call with people. So you say, I'm doing this, I'm announcing it on my email list, I'm announcing it in my membership, on social. Book a call with me. I've done this too. You may have seen me do that for YouTube Studio for my done for you service with the YouTube. I'll say, hey, I only have 3 spots left right now. I only take on a certain number of people at a time. Jump on an interest call with me. And I actually take that interest call. And I did it before, but it closed it down. Don't do it right now. That has closed down because there are very special people in that clientele right now who jumped on that originally. That was fast. Okay? So what he notes here, which I think is really interesting, is he says if you blast your whole list and have an automated checkout, you need to build up tension. So you need to cause a stampede if you're going to do it that way. So a better way to do it is to write to only certain people who've already uh, purchased from you, and to give it a time limit and a number of people limit. Okay. So what are you going to charge? A lot. He says that the next thing is a lot. Take whatever your average cart value or transaction size is and add a zero to it. Like I just said. If you want to go even further, do it 50 times that. So do 10 times or 50 times. The price is going to be beyond what you've ever done. That's the whole point, is what he's saying. So let's say you have something happen all of a sudden, like he did, or that we all have. Something happens all of a sudden, you need $5,000. What you normally charge is $100 for XYZ or $200 for XYZ. You got a course, you got something going on. He's saying, cool, keep doing that. But today, think of something that would cost $2,000 or $5,000 or $2,500 and sell that to just one or two people who are the ones who can afford it and who will let you know that they can. And then you need to promote it. He said 7 days is the most amount of time you should promote it. Less is better. Think very sharp, very specific. This is going to run out soon. He gives an entire list of when to do, what to say, all of that. And he's saying ultra premium prices for ultra premium value. If you think to yourself, I'm not giving anyone my cell phone number, because that was an option, you missed the point. It's not about giving people access to your phone. It's about offering crazy value. You have to balance what your customers find crazy valuable, how many of those things you'll do, and if those things demand prices that would overflow your bank account in a few days. So you might not do that. You may not give your number out to 100 people. I did. I'm a little nuts because I'm crazy, like my other video said. But you may not do that, but you might say, well, two people who paid me 2,500 each. I'll do that for 6 months. Yeah. It's because you have to think big if you want to go big. And he's saying, really importantly, do not include cooled off leads. Fast cash plays work best with warm audiences. Remember this. This is probably the most important part, because you're going to send it out to everybody and you're going to think, well, why isn't anybody buying? So if your list has leads that you haven't talked to them in months, they have, it's really cold, start to warm them up or exclude them by doing so in your email list. I did this. So I had a 22,000 person email list for a long time. And as many people who would unsubscribe would subscribe in the day. So it just stayed that way. And like maybe 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, I said, you know what? I want to have a more precise, fresh list. So I sent out messages to that list and I said, if you want to stay on this list, you need to add yourself to another list. If you don't, I'm not going to reach out to you unless it's like emergency or something. And that's who I write to now, is that fresh list, I also have them tagged. Did they buy something? Are they from a certain group? How did they come in? I tag them. So, despite being a smaller percentage of your yearly revenue, fast cash plays can be a huge profit margin for you. Meaning, if you do this right, you can sell something for 10 times as much as you normally do, but not have to do a lot to deliver it and not have to spend a lot to deliver it. Time, people, all of that. Fast cash plays work best with your warmest audience, and make your offer an unscalable value for 10x to 50x your normal price. Cap how many people can buy it. You can price for volume, just scale the features and bonuses to accommodate, but it's not going to work as fast. It says Prep all of your emails and texts ahead of time. Have your bonuses ready. Send your announcement. Send each message with some sort of countdown, and have calls when like if you're just trying this for the first time, have calls. I say that I've been saying this for years. I negotiate 5,000, 10,000, 50, 100,000, up to $1 million deals all the time. And it's always on the other side of a good conversation, negotiation. Now, one more thing that Alex suggests is that you run a fast cash offer once every 90 days. And he says why, but basically, look at what he did with what he's just done now. This fast cash, what he's just made more than $100 million in a week. Added 100,000 school hosts to the school platform when it had 70 to begin with. So 172 now on. Urgency. So what are you going to do? What are you going to brainstorm? I hope that this has really ignited something in you. That's why I did this extra video today, because I was like, I can't sit on this. I can't keep this to myself. This is too good. You have to think of something, and everybody has something. Everybody has something. Now, if you're saying to yourself, I don't even sell anything for any amount. Okay. This is not necessarily for you today. But you could think of it as like, maybe I'll experiment and just try to sell something. What did I tell you to sell? A VIP day. A VIP day I have seen work over and over and over again. Again, this may not work for you. This doesn't work for everybody. None of this could. But you could try it, and you could offer someone, hey, spend the day with me, either in person or virtually, and I will transform something for you, or I'll hand you something at the end, or I'll do some sort of audit, and then at the end of it, give you the blueprint for what you should do next. Maybe throw in lunch, throw in an event. You pay me $1,000 for this VIP day, you get XYZ. You pay me 5,000 or 10,000 for this VIP day, this is what you get out. That's worth way more than that amount. I can think the biggest takeaway, and if you have stayed this long, the code word is happy. The code word is happy, if you could say this long. The biggest takeaway is that there are about 10% of your audience who wants to pay more to you with only the right offer presented to them. So your job is to get creative and think about what is something that I would want somebody to offer me in this lane. What would be amazing and absolutely incredible? Let me offer that. If nobody takes it, nobody really knows. I've had times where I've offered stuff like that and nobody took it. Nobody knew. But then I've had more times where they did take it and I made 30,000, 50,000, 100,000, 10,000 at a time. That's really exciting. So have fun with it. Let me know what you end up doing, and I hope this helped.